Greetings from Chicagoland. You're listening to Munira's Musings, where your host Munira will showcase new guests each week to share exciting details about the journey to their niches. As we like to say, the riches are in the niches. And on this show, we'll share ideas on how to break through our invisible boundaries so we can start taking steps towards our dreams and create the life that we most desire. If you're passionate about impacting lives, then this podcast will give you some great ideas and equip you with the tools to quickly grow your business. Okay, let's get started with today's show. Here's your host, Munira.
Greetings from Chicagoland. This is Munira, the niche navigator, coming to you live from Chicagoland. Our guest today is Jasmine Monk, all the way from Texas. Hi, Jasmine. How are you?
Hey, doing good. How are you today?
Good. So we bring you this show because we know there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there, and there's always something to learn from other entrepreneurs and to see how we can either make our life easier or join the folks in the entrepreneur world. So our guest today is an automation queen, and she loves making things easier. But my goal to bring you this segment is to see how you all can fit in as entrepreneurs. So before we go into the deep end, let's talk about Jasmine. Jasmine, tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, my name is Jasmine. I'm right in the heart of, well, I'm not in the heart, but I'm in North Dallas in Texas. Wife, mom of three beautiful princesses, have been a business owner for going on almost 10 years now. And I focus on systems. So I focus on the operational systems and the technical systems. I am on a mission to get people to understand that tech is not hard. I'm on a mission to get people to understand that systems are one of the key foundations to any business, is one of those key foundations. And that it's something that you need to have. And, you want to become more efficient. You want to streamline your systems. And I always tell people we want to transform your business one automation at a time, because that's how you create your passive income. And so I get people to understand that. And we also, offer the implementation and done for you piece of that as well. But I spend a lot of my time just educating people on the importance of systems. This is why you need to have them and everything that comes with that. So you need to have your processes, you need to have things written down, you need to have technical systems that align with those processes, right? So that your business can kind of flow and you can scale and pull yourself out of the business. So I do a lot of that. So that's what I focus on.
Okay, so how did you get into this?
I started out as a virtual assistant, actually. So this was like before COVID and all of that. And I had my daughter. I was a stay-at-home mom at the time, and I quickly realized like I need to be doing something else. It's like I'm a servant, I should be doing something. And so my husband and I had a trucking company, and I wanted to contribute financially to the household. And I was like, what if I start an online business? Like it was kind of starting to like kind of thrive, but not really, right? COVID really kind of spiked it. And I was like, virtual assistant. I'm like, okay, I did some research. I was like, this looks like something I can do. And because I have my bachelor's, I have my MBA, so business background, admin, all of that, I had that. And I was like, well, I can just try it. And here I am 10 years later. So that's how I started, kind of doing everything. Then I quickly found my love for the tech aspect. All the systems that I know is from learning, it's from experience. Clients throwing me in the fire. I didn't have experience with any of the systems when I started. So I had to start somewhere. So I just got started, found out I love the technical aspects. So building the funnels and websites, automations, I niched down pretty quickly. And I had a virtual assistant agency where we did other things, but I focused on like just this. And now I completely focus just on this, because I'm like, okay, this, people come to me all the time about marketing. I need leads. I need that. And I'm like, before we even get to that, like there are some things that need to be created and built first. Like we need to set this foundation so you can be in position and your business can be in position to receive all of the leads and all the people that you're going to get. And we want to make sure that it's in an organized way. So started out as a VA.
No, that's awesome. So of course, everything that we start with has to take a path, right? And that's what this whole journey is about entrepreneurship, because you'll have one idea and then it either blossoms or you just throw that out completely because another avenue has opened up. So, what system, when you say funnels and systems, do you have a software that you use, or what is it that you help people with? Somebody who has no systems, nothing in place.
Yeah, good question. So yes, so I do. We use Go High Level. So we have a Go High Level agency. That is what when people want to work with us, that's what I put them on. However, I've worked in probably 80, 90% of the ones out there. I even try to keep up with the new ones because there are so many. From your ClickFunnels to your Wix to your Squarespace to Entrepreneur, like everything from the email marketing systems to the web hosting to the, the funnel builders. So I've used a lot of them out there, still do, but primarily now we focus on Go High Level. And what's really good about it is kind of an all-in-one. So one of the pain points, as I kind of niched down like years and years ago, one of the pain points that I saw with businesses is that they were spending too much money on systems. They had all these systems, really didn't even know what systems they had. They weren't maximizing the systems they had. And so I would come in and kind of streamline. I'm like, okay, you can cut this one, you can cut this one. We can use this one for like, so I did a lot of that. So that's kind of how, and then I was like, I wonder if there's an all-in-one solution out there because I'm like, this isn't working for my people. I was like in 20 systems at any given time. I'm like, nope. I was like, where a lot of my like clients were at the time, I was like, there has to be something else. And I wanted to save them money too. And I came across Go High Level has been the best thing ever. And so we have an agency set up on there. And so we have our own like software that we put our clients on, and it works very, very well with everybody we work with.
Okay, so Go High Level is a software, and I've been on it for a while, and I like it because it's, like you said, an all-encompassing software. So, people, so do you do the systems for them? Because nevertheless, it's a system, right? Until you put something in it, nothing goes out. So you have to do content creation. You have to
Yes.
set up your content to go out every week, every daily, or whatever. You have to do all that work. Do you do all that for your clients, or do they have to come up with stuff?
Yeah, good question. So all the above. So I have DIY options, done with you options, done for you options. The done with you is becoming pretty popular. Done for you has always been a thing. That's how I started, right? Doing VA work. And what's interesting is like what I have seen is like what I have found is either you have money or you have time. If you don't have the money, you have to create some time until you can get money to kind of do the done for you and pay somebody like me or anybody else to do it. But then people like the done with you as well, where it's like I'll just kind of walk through it with them on what they need to do, and then they just go do it. So it's just kind of interesting, but we do all the above.
Okay, so somebody who is starting out as an entrepreneur has no clue, but they've heard of, okay, funnels. I need a funnel. I need a funnel. And that's one thing that always paralyzed me when I was starting out as an entrepreneur. What is a funnel and why do you need one?
Yeah, a funnel is literally like, well, a, a funnel is just a part of the lead generation process, right? So you can have multiple funnels. An example would be a lot of you have probably done this before. You're browsing on a website, you end up on some website, and you end up putting your information in. And a prime example is like a lead magnet funnel, which is a way for you to get something, and in return that person is getting your information. So that's the exchange. So you're not paying anything, you're getting that information, that ebook, that course, that training, or whatever it is, and in exchange for that you're giving them your information. So what that looks like is you have the first page, which you usually land on, that has, you need to get this cool thing and this is why, and it can do X, Y, and Z for you. And then there's a form, right? And then you put in your information. Once you do that, it usually takes you to another page that says thank you. And you usually end up receiving in your email, which that's an automation attached to that funnel, you usually end up receiving whatever that thing is that you put in, like you put in your information in the form, whatever that thing is that they promised you. So ebook, course, whatever it was, you usually receive that via email. But then you're sitting on this, hey, thank you for investing in yourself, or thank you for getting this thing, keep an eye on your inbox, right? So a funnel is essentially like several landing pages kind of linked together to kind of achieve a goal. And what I always tell people is, because people ask like, what's the difference between a website and a funnel? A funnel focuses on a specific thing. So like your website will be a little bit more comprehensive, right? It'll have like your services and about you, and that's how you contact me and my podcast and these things. A funnel, like if you're trying to sell an ebook or a specific offer or a specific digital product, it will be for that one thing, but that also can live inside of your website as well, because it's really just several landing pages kind of linked together, if that makes sense. So that's usually the best way I can like explain it.
No, that's good. But why does an entrepreneur need a funnel?
So I would start with you need a way to capture people's information. You need a presence to send somebody to. Like, so even if it's just like a landing page and you're wanting like, and the call to action is to book a call. Like, let's say you have a service-based business and it's just for them to book a call. Like, you need either a presence, or if you're selling something, you need somewhere to send people. Like if someone is wanting to buy something from you, what are you sending them, right? Like, what link are you sending them to? So I would say, for those of you that like are hesitant about a website, I wouldn't just go and blow thousands of dollars on the website until you're pretty sure about what you want to do. You can start out with a simple landing pages that has your who, what, where, when, why. And then for your funnel, right, if you want to do a lead magnet, you need to be able to capture people's information. You want to get people onto your email list so you can create those warm leads and you can target them later. So you can create a funnel for like so many things. It could be for a service, for a lead magnet, but I would say a lot of different reasons on why you need to have it, but you need to have something, even if it's just starting with one and it's just starting with a landing page or one page or just about you, that's a start. And then I would recommend getting like a lead magnet, where it could be like the example I just gave. You're giving something away, not your time, but something that you've already created, like a digital product, ebook, course, training, masterclass, you've done something already done. And then you're collecting people's information, right? And then you're giving them that. And now these are like warm leads you can send emails to, newsletters to, you can like target, and nurture them.
Okay, so when you talk about all these systems and you talk about entrepreneurship and you talk about this, why do they need systems? So you talked in the beginning that people need systems because they need to automate, and I don't can give me. I mean, I know that, but I'm asking you from the horse's mouth to talk to me about why do people need a system?
Yeah. So I'll talk about that, and I'll kind of touch on the automations because you kind of talked about that too. Automations, like simplest term, it basically relieves you from having to do manual work. So like the example that I just gave, let's say I have a page set up and I have this ebook that I'm trying to either sell or give people. When people fill out a form and put in their information, I don't want to have to manually send that email 50 times or every single time. And so you set up what is called an automation, where you'll have like a trigger, which would be when people fill out this form, I want this thing to happen. And so when people fill out the form, the thing I want to happen is I want this email sent with this ebook. So you set that up and then it's done. So that's the automation. But in regards to systems, it's a software. So like I was talking about earlier, you have operational systems, you have technical systems, right? Operational systems, just refer to that as like your processes and your SOPs in your business, the how-tos on how to do different things in your business. From the time, like, so if you have a social media page, from the time somebody gets on your social media, kind of that customer journey, think about your customer journey from the time that they see you or identify you to the steps that you want them to take. You want them to go to your landing page. You want them to go here. You want them to do that, right? So that's a system, but that's an operational system. Or this is your social media process, this is how you do these things. When people book a call with you, these are the things you want to happen. Your technical system are the things that in order for these things to happen, you need to put a system in place to you have to build the things you want to happen, right? So you write, what I always tell people is you write them down and you build it. So if you want somebody to go on your landing page and book a call with you, now we have to go create the calendar and create the automation, right? With the confirmation email and the reminder emails and that type of thing. So the system is only as good as the processes that you have, because for example, I have people come to me all the time, like, I need a funnel built. Can you build these automations? And I'm like, okay, like, and usually some people have it together, some don't, but I'm coming back to them and asking them a lot of questions because they don't have their processes written down, or it's not very clear on what they want to happen in their business, what they want their customer journey to look like. So when we're talking about systems, there's two, right? Like, but they go together. They go together. So if you just have processes written down and nothing created, that doesn't make sense, right? If you just have the technical system, like, you can go get any system. You can go get ClickFunnels. You can go get MailChimp. All of that's great. But if you don't know what you're going to do on that system, that doesn't make sense either. So they kind of go together. But what I always tell everyone is write it down first, then we're going to build it. Write down what you want to happen, write down your customer journey. Then we take that and then we build it in whatever system it is, Go High Level or whatever that it is. So that's usually how, like, I explain it to people.
That's a very good way, because I like the way you explained it, because you have to have an architect. You're like an architect. The person has to draw it. This has to happen before this happens, and after this happens, and this happens. And we've seen it, and we've been part of that journey in our entrepreneurial journey, because we've gotten into somebody's funnel and automatically we get emails. So the idea of automation, I'm talking to the entrepreneurs here, is that one thing you want to always remember is that the building takes time, but it is a one-time deal. If it's done correctly, then it works like an automation. It just flows very well. It has to be done correctly the first time, and then you can make little tweaks on it. But if it's done correctly, then it just is a well-oiled machine, right?
Exactly. That is so correct. Yeah.
So how do people find you, Jasmine?
Yeah, so you can find me at www.leadtwist.io, or you can find me on IG at Lead Twist is everywhere, or at Connect with Jasmine. So that's kind of the consulting piece of all of this that I do. So either one.
That is awesome. So ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't got a automation piece, you need to figure out if you want to be automated, because it takes time. And I use softwares like that too. And the idea behind all of this is so that you can take your business and have it generate emails out to you, so then you don't have to worry about it. And you know what? And this last question is, how many email series can you do and automate, so then it's just
so many, like, the more the better. So many, like, kind of unlimited, to be honest. Like, it can go on and on and on. So yeah, I would say there's no cap on that. You just have to do the hard part first, that nobody really likes to do, and once that's done, can build it out.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for being on our show today. Ladies and gentlemen, you are entrepreneurs, and you are here because you are thinking of taking a business to the next level. And if you haven't got an automation piece segmented into your business, maybe it's time to do that right now. But that's why you're listening to this message. Go ahead and connect with Jasmine. And if you are listening to this show, go ahead and share, like, and subscribe to this channel, because we will bring you more entrepreneur secrets with different entrepreneurs to figure out what their niche is and how their niche can help you. Until next week, have a good week, everybody. Thank you, Jasmine. We'll see you, everybody. Have a good day. Bye.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Munira's Musings. We hope that you found today's conversation inspiring and useful, so that you can continue making progress towards mastering your own niche. Please tune in next week for another episode, and in the meantime, you can follow us on social media at Munira's Musings on Facebook, and leave us a review wherever you're listening to podcasts. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.